Hello everybody, it is I, Ryan, and we are here with our fellow players doing episode 4 of this campaign here in the Ormia region. And I'm playing along with...
Hi, I'm Katie, I play Amma.
Hello, I'm Tyler, your co-host, and I play Gregory.
I'm Michael, and I play Scott.
I'm Sky, and I play Charlie.
Alright, cool. So, we last left off with you guys basically going to bed up in the Pokemon Center up on top. So, for funsies, everybody give me a d20. How well rested did you sleep? Oh no. Oh no, 3. Okay, Amma slept like a rock with a 4. Oh no, 19. Mike got a 4 and Sky got a 3. Ah.
Oh boy.
It's okay. Shinx was just...
No, Shinx was so rested, he was jumping on the bed.
Yeah, like poking at my face, with his little paw, like trying to get attention.
Scott and Charlie might be a little... Like, you ever woke up and you're like, I didn't get any sleep, when you really got 5 or 6 hours, but you're like, ugh. Okay, so, I picture, I'm trying to remember the room setup. I know you guys got 3 rooms, because I don't think the girls mind to bunk it together. The guys are like, we need our space.
Oh, yeah.
If I remember correctly.
You
Two
don't
bros
mind, do
sleeping
you?
in a hotel, 2 rooms apart because they're not gay.
Hey!
Yes!
I would assume Charlie and Scott would not be the first ones to awake because they got such bad sleep. If anything, they're sleeping longer. What is Amma and does Amma or Gregory? I think you guys will both get good rest sleep. Amma with a 19, Gregory with a 16 for their sleep. What would you guys do as your I don't want to say morning routine, but what would you guys do as you're waking up here? Because this is your first time for both of you, at least too. For everybody, you guys are away from home. First time actually being in a bed since you probably left. Because a boat's bed's all right. This is your actual first bed here in the region. What is Gregory or Amma's morning routine? Is they would wake up here.
Getting dressed in his shorts and his vest, ready to swim just in case he needs to. Maybe brushing his hair a bit, but nothing too crazy because it doesn't matter all that much to him.
Question, so are his shorts swim trunks?
They are jammers, yeah.
Jammers.
What is a jammer?
They're
It's
swim
latex,
trunks.
spandex, whatever.
Yeah, your leggings, but shorts.
Yeah.
What boys wear on swim teams.
Yeah.
They're tight.
Oh.
You could see every ounce of Gregory, whether you want to or not.
So you basically can see every ounce of him. Fantastic.
It could be a Speedo, but
We don't want that.
Every crevice.
We don't want that.
It's a good thing he didn't ask. Moving along. Breakfast. What's for breakfast?
Oh, thanks.
Oh, sorry. You were shitting on me, so I figured you didn't want to go.
That was good. Amma, what's going on? We heard about Gregory getting ready in the morning. That was cool. I enjoyed that. Amma, what are you up to?
Amma usually freshens up a bit and does her morning stretches. She tries to get Jolene to join her. Jolene seems a little interested, not totally so. It's her first night also in some kind of human environment.
That's true.
So
That's true.
she tries and she just gets ready and she's pretty energized. She's a morning person.
Cool. I love it. She's
trying to do her stretches, but she's also trying to wrangle Jolene.
Okay. I picture Amma and Gregory kind of opening their doors. You guys maybe hear each other getting ready, so you guys kind of leave around the same time, your rooms. Do you notice the other two people aren't up, and you hear there's dead silence coming from their rooms.
Well, Amma's
in the room.
What is Amma and Gregory?
Charlie.
I know, yeah. So you look over and you just see that Charlie's just out still. Would Amma let her sleep, or what would Amma do?
Amma probably lets her sleep. She knows she's a morning person and other people aren't, so she'll let her be for now. She did everything kind of quiet, aside from maybe a bit of noise when she's trying to chase the rabbit around the room.
And yeah, Gregory, you hear the room next to you is just silent. There's no sound.
He's sleeping. I'm not gonna disturb him.
Okay. So I could see you, Amma, so would you just leave your room then and wait for her to wake up on her own?
Yep, for now at least.
And Gregory, I would assume you'd leave your room?
Yeah,
What you
looking
doing?
for breakfast.
That's fair. I could say you run into Amma probably down in the lobby at the Poke Center.
Hello. Good morning.
Morning. Amma gives a quick wave.
I'm thinking about fishing up some breakfast. If you're interested.
Fishing? I can come along.
Okay. So, are you two going to be leaving then? Leave the other two?
We can bring him back fish to eat.
Are we talking like fish or like Magikarp fish?
Whatever's on the line.
Alright. They did eat them in the anime at one point, I think.
There was
they
images
did.
of them
In the movie,
discussing
too.
it, Yeah. Alright, Charlie's purely vegan, number 1.
That makes me sad.
Okay, so you guys are going to go out and do some morning fishing?
Hell yeah.
See
Alright,
if you catch anything.
here's the moment where I need to ask. Are you going to use, like, any of your special bait, or are you just going to use the stereotypical worm? Do you want to tell the listeners what type of bait that you have again as, like, a reminder, because of your race comes with special features?
Sure. Gregory has 2 types of bait with him. It's Venonat bait and Weedle bait, I believe was the other one. I can,
No, you're right.
but I will use the Venonat bait.
Okay.
Ooh, fancy.
Fancy, busting
Yeah.
out the luxuries. Alright,
We getting crabby.
bro. Here's the thing. So, this is an old rod. I suppose like a good rod or a great rod. And this is some homebrew stuff, because the book just kind of says, oh, fishing, here's what you could catch. And that's all the book really goes into. So here's what I'm going to need. It's your first time. I'm going to need an athletics to see if you can perform, like if you can put the like bait correctly on the reel, like correctly on the hook. Can you wind back and cast it right? You see what I'm saying? Like if you do get a bite, does it like, can you hook it right and reel it in? You know, I will say if you get below a certain number or lower, not the best will happen. Oh,
Well, alright.
okay.
I have no modifier to it, so that's a 4.
All right. So Gregory
Can I just
Sure you
like
don't
try
wanna
it
get
again?
that rod off.
attaches this purple fuzzy piece to his hook, winds back with it, and as soon as he flicks it in front of him, it goes bloop in the water, and it just sinks down. Gary, you're gonna feel some tugging on your line. Give you another athletics.
I said it.
10.
Gentleman's 10.
Gentleman's 10. As you try to hook it and reel it in, your bait's gone.
Are you? Fuck.
That was what the 4 was.
Okay.
Sad.
Well, that's cool. Alright, no food. Let's go home. We're starving.
He tries one time. No food, that's it.
I can give it a shot. I don't have a line or anything. You're gonna have to lend me yours, but I can try.
Yeah, you can
I
try.
have a +4. I might actually get something.
Gary
Gary,
will give
what do you-
Amma the fishing rod.
Okay,
for-
just so I know, what type of lure are you giving her? Or not lure, bait are you giving her? Regular worms, Weedle?
Well, I used the good shit and it's gone, so...
As in
here's-
real life, you could lose worms to fish easy.
I'll give her the Wurmple. One of the 2 Wurmples.
Is it a Wurmple or
Weedles.
Weedle? Okay.
Weedles. Sorry, I said Wurmple earlier.
Alright, I need
Alright.
an athletics check, Alma. 12. So you cast it out. You guys are waiting for a bit. And this is just maybe a little bit off of town. So like where you guys were seeing the water was coming into this big building that had like the wall missing. You guys went further down from that, so away from town a bit. So you guys are kind of in the route a little bit. You do your line with a 12. You just kind of see your bobber go around. Nothing bites on it.
All
You can
right.
certainly reel it back and try again if you'd like. It's up to you. Your bait is not gone. It's just nothing seemed to be there right
So
there.
give it another shot.
Okay. Yeah, okay. 23. Alright. Amma, do me a favor.
All right.
Give me a D100. I guess 2 D100s, because we have to see if it's shiny. First D100 is a 16. Second one is a 20. You feel tugging on the line as it dips down from where you're fishing.
Another athletics.
No. I take that back. You rolled over a 20. No need for the second one. You just are
Okay,
able to
so
reel
we
it
reel
in.
it in.
Like you hook it and you're just reeling it in fast as like the pole's bending.
Yep.
And you pull up out of this water, this creature, and its flopping around on land. This is where I need to ask the players how they would like this to work. Because I anticipate fishing to be a good part of this campaign. Do we want fish, if you reel like a fish, you know, like Goldie, Magikarp, etc., to be flopping around like a fish would? Or is it magically not dying on land?
I mean,
we could just do Pokemon physics.
like the games.
Yeah, so like a quillfish or like a Goldeen, right? They're not flopping on land. They're just like stationary.
Again, it's DM's choice.
Oh, I know.
So.
And that's why I want to leave it up to players. So the general consensus is it is like a live thing, you know? So, Amma.
Yes.
You feel the line, like I said, bend, and you're tugging it, reeling it in, and you got your boots dug into the ground as you're yanking it back, and you're seeing the wooden pole is like bending at the strength of this thing. And you're just reeling this fish that comes up out of the water, and it's this bright, it's like this reddish color, and it has what appears to be like yellow fins coming out of the top above its head and below its head. And it's got these almost catfish-like whiskers coming down the sides of it. As you reel in this Pokemon, and it just starts flopping on land in front of you, and you hear it going, gorp, 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 gorp.
How about we give this thing a scan?
Sure.
Alright, so I pull out my Pokedex, and I raise it towards this fish,
Mm-hmm. I was going to say.
we scan.
Magikarp, fish Pokemon, water. Magikarp is a pathetic excuse for a Pokemon that is only capable of flopping and splashing. This behavior prompted scientists to undertake research into it. Magikarp, water Pokemon.
So pathetic.
That's kind of sad. I feel bad for it.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's currently just flopping around on the ground. It's up to you guys if you do anything with it.
Why don't you guys catch it?
You're not there!
This is my breakfast.
Heather's like, I'm hangry!
This is food. So can it be turned into rations and call it a day?
I will let you, if you want to harvest a Pokemon, I will need a survival. It might not last the longest compared to like jerky, but you can certainly do that.
I mean, it's his line, so
If
he wants to eat it,
that was the whole point of coming, but
kind of I can't argue.
A 20 unnatural.
30-20.
Unnatural 20, a dirty 20. Yeah, you easily were able to get a lot of different meat that was off of this. This thing looked to be like a heavy guy. So with your 20, you get at least 4 rations. We'll say 4. We'll say 5 rations just to make it a nice, easy good number there. So what do you do with your 5?
Let's see. There's 4 of us, so I'll give 2 to myself because I used the bait, and Amma, I'll give hers a ration, and then save the other 2 for the rest of the team. Last hope. So now we can head back. Yeah.
They're both still not awake. You don't see them anywhere in the Poke Center. Meaning, like, as soon as you walk in, like, they're not, like, waiting for you on the ground floors or anything.
But what time is it, actually?
9, maybe 10-ish.
I think now's a good time. I wouldn't want to wait too late.
Yeah. Gotta get going.
After all, if we want to go to the boating school, I don't know how late they stay open.
So let's wake them up.
Yep. So Amma goes back up to the room that she and Charlie stayed in. So Amma goes back to their room, and she comes in, and Charlie's still asleep. So she goes over to the bed, and she kind of gives Charlie a little bit of a shake, but is, like, gentle so she doesn't scare the crap out of her. But, yeah, so she'll wait and see if that does anything.
There's monsters, Charlie! Sorry.
So does it
Charlie,
actually wake up,
roll me a
Charlie?
d20. How do you wake up? Let's see.
Well,
oh, yeah, 17. Yeah, that definitely wakes you up.
Okay. I'm not scared.
Amma gives her a bit of time to wake up, and she kind of just hangs around the room.
So Charlie then just gets ready, puts her scarf and hat, brushes her teeth, maybe even takes a shower.
Gregory, what do you do?
Gregory will knock on Scott's door.
Scott, give me a d20. Do you wake up hearing knocking? 16! Yes, you do.
Alright. I have been awakened.
So, like, describe me, right? You hear a at the door. What do you do?
Scott, it's time to get up. I got you some breakfast.
Alright, so, I get out of bed, get dressed, and, go have breakfast.
You don't even brush your teeth?
Bro,
Gross.
I'm gonna do that after I eat.
big brain.
I do that after I eat. And then I'll shower, yeah.
Alright, so you get ready, and then what's your Swablu up to?
So I make sure that my Swablu is awake as well, and then we head over to get some food. So that's when I open the door and I go out.
There you go. Scott and Gregory, would you guys Gregory, once you see Scott come out, what would you guys do? Would you wait in the hallway? Would you go down to the Poke Center? What would you guys do?
Likely wait, but can't force Scott to wait with me.
Yeah, I would also wait.
Okay. So, Charlie, you finished doing your thing. You have Evie out, right? Yeah, you and
Yep.
your Evie. And then, what do the girls do? They hear that the boys are already out in the hall.
Go meet them, I guess, if Charlie's ready.
Yeah. Let's go meet the boys. We got fun things to do today. I would say good morning.
Good morning. I brought you breakfast.
Is it real food?
Yeah, you could eat it. I will
Alma kind of
take it really
puts her hand over her mouth and goes to Charlie. That's a Magikarp, or was a Magikarp.
I'll just take it, put it away, and not
Okay.
touch it for several days.
Scott also gets a ration if you want it. Y'all don't have to take it. I'll fucking eat it. But it's up to you.
Scott will gladly take it. He'll eat the entire thing. He'll also use a fork because he wants to be polite and he doesn't want to make a mess.
No plate, but I like the aesthetic.
Yes.
Are you gonna make it into a Magikarp taco and then eat it with a fork?
No.
Okay.
However, in the future, that's a possibility.
However, if anybody ever wants to make a survival check for cooking and would like to attempt to raise like a cooking thing, like you know, like in games you can like progress your quote unquote cooking skill or whatever, that could be a cool character arc to see how many different things you can make out of Pokemon. Not that it's a good idea, but just hearing Magikarp tacos maybe as a DM thing, that's pretty dope. Not gonna lie, I appreciate the imagination.
So, where do you guys think we should go for today? Gary will ask the group.
Well, we do have to go see Shipwright Barney.
True, but do you want to like stop at? Because I know there's a Pokemart, and there's also
Yeah, we
a
should
bait
get
shop. We could
Pokeballs.
probably check it out.
Yeah,
I
we
definitely
should-
need Pokeballs.
Yeah, I could always use some too.
Yeah, that would help.
So we should make a little running list, a to-do list, as they call it. So Shipyard and Earl's, right? Are we have to go there too, or
Mm-hmm.
just
And the Pokemart.
Yeah. Maybe we should go to the Pokemon first because it's right next to the Poke Center.
That would make sense.
You know.
So, all right.
Yep.
To the Pokemart.
As you walk into the Pokemart here, you feel some of the tropical breeze start to fill the room as like you're feeling some of like the slits because this was also kind of like a nice hut that's kind of built. And you see that there's a few varieties of things set up on the shelves, and there's even like a glass panel up towards the front of the room there. And there's a gentleman that's standing by the glass, by the glass panel there, and he's sitting there, and you see he's just kind of writing in a notebook.
Okay, we will say hello.
He goes,
We will greet the man.
hello! Welcome, yes. I don't recognize you all. Are you from here? Are you from somewhere else? Or what brings you to me here?
We're not from here, but we would like to make some purchases of some Pokeballs and other items. Are there any special Pokeballs here?
Ah, yes, sir, yes, there is, my dear. Well, you see here we have our specialty. we have our nest balls here. Good for anybody going out about to start their journey. Now, granted, they do be a bit more expensive than the average run-of-the-mill Pokeball, being this is the really only area in the entire region you can find them.
Okay, how much are they?
$4.50 each.
Is there any way you could maybe bring the price down just a tad, or?
I'm sure if a few of us in the group buy some, we buy in bulk.
I'm listening. That sounds like I will need a persuasion check, I believe.
How about a 19?
19. He goes, I do like what I'm hearing. Yes, I do. Well, how much is he smiles says, how much is this buy in bulk we're talking about? I also have regular Pokeballs and the run-of-the-mill potions, too.
Depends on how much money do we have altogether. And how much are you guys willing to spend?
He says,
I'm willing to spend some, but...
after you say that, he will say, mind if I ask what brings you to our town here?
Well, we're here to see Shipwright Barney.
He goes, I see. So, you're one of those, you're the same kinds of people that will be traveling via boats at some point. You won't be just staying on our little island here.
No, we'll be adventuring around the whole region.
Yeah. We are going to be adventuring.
Mind if I ask
For
what
the
your...
professor.
Ah, for the professor, huh? And his face kind of droops a little bit, and he goes, mind if I ask, you perhaps know about the other group that came through here a few weeks, maybe even about a month or two ago now?
Yeah, kind of mean to everybody, but we want to be friendly and maybe kind of help you guys out too. Not just, take from you.
Listen, girl, I really do appreciate you trying to do your best for me and the people here. Before that, I'll give you a little piece of advice. Keep in mind, if you are going to have people join your crew in the future, especially, and he points over towards the building down the street and he goes, at the boating school, people can't just pack up and leave everything without, of course, being paid for their efforts. So, hearing the idea of all of you wanting to pool your money together to spend it all here, but then want to go out also and explore and have an adventure, just make sure you can have enough money to afford potential other members of your crew if that is your plan. I'm also not saying you shouldn't spend any money here, because obviously as being such a nice store owner, I gave you a good piece of advice that I did not have to do, but this young girl here has been nice and persuaded me to. So, how about this? I'll take you up on that if you buy in bulk offer, but I would like it if you at least thought about having members of your crew.
And that's
Right.
very kind of you to watch out for us.
Isn't it? And he kind of just tilts his head towards the side to give a side profile. Anywho, and he goes, man there with the green hair, you're picking up what I'm saying?
Yeah, I am. That's why I'm only gonna purchase a couple potions and maybe a netball or two, but I will not be spending much.
He goes, and that is fine. By no means am I discouraging you not to spend much. I just want to make sure that you as a group understands, because you seem to be relatively new here to at least this town, and it's usually the town where people come to get starter boats. So, first time I've seen you, first time I'm giving advice, etc. So, just think about that if you plan to go to another town in the future, because there are other towns that have other boating schools. So it comes down to, and this is what makes our region unique. Do you pay for more crew members, or do you buy items and such?
Right. So, what do you guys need?
I need Pokeballs myself.
Like
Yeah.
how many?
I would like to have a good amount.
Thank you. That's a great estimate.
For reference, that you can clearly see, prices of Pokeballs, like I said, or prices of normal Pokeballs are $2.50, while the nest balls are $4.50. But this is the only spot where you can get nest balls.
And they are really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Especially at this point when we don't exactly we're not battling really super high levels.
Would everyone want to buy one nest ball each?
I would
That's
like
what I
to
was thinking.
buy probably
Yeah.
2.
So what if we do
Fair.
like a bulk of like 8 nest balls and 4 potions? Does that cover everybody?
That sounds good. Let's see how much that comes out to.
He's got his
Yeah.
little like cash register machine there, and he says, "Okay, so have you all come to a choice of how much or what you'd like to buy?"
I do
That
believe
would-
so.
So 8 nest balls and 4 potions, with any bargains you might have behind that glorious little counter of yours.
He says, "So you said 8 nest balls?"
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Is that
yeah.
a...
There's 4 of us.
That
'cause
is
last
fine.
time
I
my
just want to
math
make
was
sure that you all understand. That alone is 3,600.
We understand that.
Okay.
But you did say you'd give us a deal if we bought in bulk.
He says, "That's just the Pokeballs, my dear.
Oh,
Oh,
Each
yeah, that's
ball,
just the Pokemon.
like I said, is 450. So 450 times
Oh.
8. Now, like I said, I do like you all. So I could do this. If you buy 5, I could throw in an extra one."
Okay. That's
Okay.
fair.
And he goes, and he says the same can be for potions too, if you'd like, because you've kind of grown on me as kids, and I want to see you all do well. After some consultation, we have gotten down to the fact of Amma will get 1 ball, 1 potion. Gary's gonna get 1 ball, 2 potions. Charlie is going to get 2 balls, 1 potion, and Scott is gonna get 2 balls, 1 potion. Overall, Amma pays the least for all that, so she'll get the free nest ball to compensate. And Gregory pays the second least, so he'll get the free potion. So that they're all paying a grand total value. If they were to pay out of pocket for all this, not counting free stuff, each of them would pay over $1,000. But instead, all of them are going to pay $800 for the grand total of $3,200 split amongst the group. Okay.
perfect.
So everyone is going to subtract 800 from their accounts. Set, square, never doing that again. Okay. What are you guys up to now after all that?
We are going to the boating
Everyone
school.
agreed to go to the boating school?
Yes.
Okay.
Sounds great.
So you guys leave the Pokemart and go for like your walk towards the boating school. So you guys walk into this ground level school area, and as you walk in, there's a woman behind the counter that comes in, that's there, and says, "Hello, everyone. What can I do for you?"
I think I speak for all of us and say that we're trying to learn about some boating.
Ah, that's remarkable. My question is, are you students or are you people that are going to be setting out sailing?
We are going to be setting out sailing, but we'd like to know more about what we have to do so.
Ah, I see. Well, I should explain how things work here. Hello, yes, my name is Mrs. Kimberly. I'm one of the professors here. So, our students here go through training, at least in this Poke School. There's a few around the region. And we have 3 specialities that our students here train in, so that one day they can set out and be hired to go amongst other people and sail across the different islands. The best people to ask once you're amongst your ship for guidance on how the ship works the best would be the quartermasters. The quartermaster is the one that's the best with navigation, as far as the one that's going to be steering the ship, piloting out the routes if you tell them where to go, etc. They are the ones that'll be able to take you all where you need to go, hopefully in the best means possible. And we have some students that excel very high at that, and will give you all extra bonuses when it comes to looking around. That was some little bit of DM to player. So there is 3 classrooms that are set up in front of you, with the doors. One of them says quartermaster, one of them says gunner, and the other one says engineer. She goes, and these are 3 different roles you can have for crew members on your ship. If you would like to get more information about each role itself, for the quartermaster, as I said, they help with navigation. They'll be the best ones to help be able to steer you in the direction, as long as whoever the captain is and their fellow first mate, second mate, etc., which she points at you all and says, if you are the ones making your ship for your team, I would assume it to be you. And the quartermaster will listen to you. So if you say that you want to go from this dock to this dock, they'll do their best and they'll let you know we should be okay or we won't be okay for X, Y, and Z. The one that people are most surprised about that we have on the island would probably be the gunner position. Now, the gunners have Pokemon that assist them to be able to help them if a combat's to ever break out amongst ships. And each person that we have has a Pokemon that they specialize with that if your team is in combat against an enemy's team, their Pokemon can help you out in combat, in addition to dealing damage to the enemy ship to try to sink it if, for whatever reason, if they're being troublesome or if you need some other protection. Because, well, she rubs the side of her head. There's been, well, this man who's been sailing around causing some trouble for people, so a lot of newbies especially, I haven't seen you all before, not to say you're new, but you all seem rather young and chipper and excited to do this, which I'm assuming you're new. We recommend buying a gunner, even if it's one of our lower-ranking gunners, just because having some sort of protection is great to have. And the last one is the engineer. Engineer helps make repairs on the ship if you're under attack for whatever reason. They also help maintain some of the power in the ship to be able to help make sure that the walls are fortified, you're not leaking, taking in water if you were to brush up against things, etc. Or if your ship's getting attacked by enemy gunners, they're the ones to hopefully be able to patch up sides if they get damaged. So.
Handy.
Yes, they're not to say jack of all trades, but they're good at primarily fixing things that are broken. So, with that, is there anyone you'd like to explore first or go into detail first to meet some of the students that are for hire, or?
I think checking out quartermasters first would probably be best.
He goes, great, I will, bring you all in then. So, as she brings you on in, she goes, Class, get ready. We have some people coming to look to hire at least one of you. So, as you guys walk in, I'm going to describe the different people that you see. So, quartermaster. If you hire a quartermaster, if you guys, as the main crew hiring these people, make perception checks, like off the deck area, or if you need to know extra things about if I travel from this port to this port, how long will that take? If you, as you walk in, you see that there's an older man sitting there. He appears to be wearing almost like a explorer-esque kind of outfit. He seems to definitely be like, he's got like a white coat on and like a green vest and like khaki shorts. He's definitely an older gentleman. He's sitting there and he goes, hello, my name is Pedro. While I'm not exactly the brightest, I certainly don't cost as much as everybody else if you're willing to hire me. And he sticks his thumb up. And he goes, isn't that right, my partner? And you see he's got this little monkey with it's like purple, and it has a little yellow hand coming off the back of it. And you see that the little hand that's coming off the back of it is adjusting the monocle on the monkey's face. And she goes,
Can we scan to see what it is?
yeah. She goes, as he said, this is Pedro. He's not exactly the most brain smart, but he's, as he said, is the cheapest of the three if you were to purchase his services to go along with you along your journey. But yes, I can let you scan the Pokemon in your Pokedex, and it goes, Apom, long-tail Pokemon, normal. Apom's tail ends in a hand-like appendage that can be cleverly manipulated. However, because the Pokemon uses its tail so much, its real hands have become rather clumsy. Apom, normal Pokemon.
Nice to meet you, Pedro.
Pleasure to meet you all, and he's smiling. The next one you see is, as opposed to being a young man, the next guy actually looks really rather young. And he goes, hi there. My name's Benji. Pleasure to meet you all.
Hi, Benji. What Pokemon do you have?
Oh, well, I got my buddy here. He always helps with pointing us in the right direction. And he sends out a Pokemon, and it's this Pokemon that has this rock-like appearance, except it's all blue, but it has a bright red nose to it that seems to always be kind of tilting its head and constantly moving and trying to rotate to a certain direction.
Give it a scan?
You can give it a scan.
You can just assume we'll scan all these.
No, that's
Yes.
fair, yeah. Nose Pass, Compass Pokemon, Rock. Nosepass's magnetic nose is always pointed to the north. If two of these Pokemon meet, they cannot turn their faces to each other when they are close because their magnet nose repel one another. Nosepass, Rock Pokemon.
I like him.
He will be able to give you more advice about sea traveling and faring than Pedro will, but he's more expensive than Pedro is.
All right.
And our last one, our Brainiac of the class. Everyone, please meet Kat. Quiety, kind of nervous girl comes forward. She's got a black shirt on and kind of has what appears to be army leggings kind of going down the side of her. And she's got a tan hat with glasses and long black hair. She kind of goes, "Hi, my name's Kat. I don't really talk the best with people, but when it comes to travel, I'm the best there is here." And she kind of does like a little quiet smile towards you guys. And you see that sitting up on her shoulder is this little pink, looks to be almost like it's some sort of four-legged creature, like a kitten almost. It's got a yellow body, but it's got a little pink head with little pink ears coming off the top of it, and a tail that's pink with 3 little prongs coming off it.
I'll give it a scan.
Sure. Goes, Skitty, normal Pokemon. Oh, Skitty, kitten Pokemon, normal. Skitty has the habit of becoming fascinated by moving objects and chasing them around. This Pokemon is known to chase after its own tail and become dizzy. Skitty, normal Pokemon. Okay, we need details. How many days will it take to travel here? What's your best guess? If we if we set out at this time, will we make it at this time? Meaning, the most reliable person. Because if you guys are on an island, and eventually you're going to get a way to be able to send a bird back and forth to talk with your crew, right? If you guys aren't there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Out of all of them, right? If you tell Kat, hey, we're going to be at this spot in X number of days, or we think we'll be there, you can bet out of all of them, the person with the highest chance of doing that, of being there and getting you where you need to go, is going to be Kat.
Okay.
Now, granted, she's the most expensive of the bunch. And I know I said before a perception bonus. That was something else I was reading. So they're the best people for being able to charter for distances and things.
Okay.
So
What are their prices?
Pedro goes, well, I'm only a cheap 300. Benji goes, well, I'm not as cheap as him, but I am only 400. And Kat goes, I do charge the most, but I aced all my exams and did the best, so I kind of figured I'd be the most at 500.
Gregory likes Benji.
I
The
feel like
most.
we should go with either Benji or the other one with the monocle.
Pedro,
I'd be down with Benji.
and you guys can come back too. Like, it's not saying like once you're here you have
True.
to. It's like,
We can
Well, we
all,
do
let's
need a
go check
napkin.
out all the prices, but we should
We
write
should.
down what
Yeah.
we see.
Yeah.
Let's go check out the other classes first, because we have to see how much everyone else is
Right.
priced as well. We should also see how much money we have together as
So where do we want to go next then?
a. We can just head over to the next classroom, the Gunners.
the professor lady you met in the beginning is gonna go, okay, so you like to keep looking?
Yep, we're gonna take a look at the other classrooms first.
He goes, okay, delightful. So next will be the Gunners. Now, I will say ahead of time, the Gunners, while it's not a necessity, people certainly like them because, like I said, it's added protection. So you guys are going to walk in and you're going to see people. So the way DM the player,
Love
I
when you say
will-
that.
what was that? What'd you say?
I love when you say that because they're always DM to player.
Not necessarily.
But
Sometimes it might be.
we're the only ones
character.
here.
Also, wait, what was the first guy's name in the other classroom? I'm
Pedro.
writing things. Pedro.
The cheapest one was
Pedro.
Pedro. Yep. He was like an old guy, but he,
Yes.
cheapest.
He might be the cheapest, but he seems nice. But so doesn't Benji.
Okay, so you guys walk into this one, and you see that there's 3 kind of figures there. One guy, the first guy that's going to be there. I'm sorry, the girl is going to come up to you first. The girl has bright pink hair. She's got like a yellow bow in the back. She's got almost like spandex on like her legs and has like running shoes on. And you see floating by her head there is this pink little Pokemon with 4 legs and 3 leaves spinning around its head to keep it up in the air. She comes over and introduces herself. She goes, "Hey everybody, my name's Lindsay. While I am the cheapest, that doesn't mean me and my partner won't fight as hard as we can to help make sure you guys are safe on the seas."
Nice to meet you. How much are you?
She goes, "Me? Well, I'm only 400.
Who's your Pokemon partner?
Her dex goes, "Hoppip, cottonweed Pokemon, grass, flying. This Pokemon drifts and floats with the wind. If it senses the approach of strong winds, Hoppip links its leaves with other Hoppip to prepare against being blown away." Hoppip, grass flying Pokemon.
Okay.
She goes, "Well, I am the cheapest. My way of going about, if anything was to happen to you all, is me and my partner here. The amount of seeds that this little guy can shoot," and she gives him like a little snuggle as she reaches up and grabs him. She goes, "can shoot so many holes in the enemy's mass when they're trying to sail that they won't even be able to catch us."
All right.
Okay, so she's gonna back away. Next guy's gonna come up. This guy seems to be like, maybe a guy that's about, as opposed to the other girl who's about maybe 19, this guy looks to maybe be about 25, 30, so he's a little older, and he goes, "Hey there, everybody. My name's Mitchell. Now, I'm not quite as spunky as her, but doesn't mean me and my partner won't do our best to keep you safe out on the seas."
I like Mitchell. What's he got for a Pokemon? As Gregory takes out his Pokédex.
Yeah, he says, "You want to see my Pokemon? Sure, yeah, I guess that's fine." And he throws out a Pokeball on the ground, and you see that there's this blue-looking crab, and it's got one claw that's a lot bigger than the other.
That's interesting.
I'm gonna read the Pokédex to you here. The Pokédex is gonna go, "Clauncher, water gun Pokemon, water. They knock down flying prey by firing compressed water from their massive claws like shooting a pistol. Clauncher, water Pokemon."
Ooh, very interesting, Mitchell.
He goes, "Yeah, I know. Speaking of, not to put down the other girlie, but yeah, her thing can shoot seeds, but my guy can shoot, my little buddy here, he can shoot right across our deck onto the enemy's deck before they can even get near us."
How much are you for your skills?
He goes, "Well, me and my partner, we're about, altogether, we're a gentleman's 500.
How gentlemanly. Nice to meet you, Mitchell.
Tips his hat and he walks back, and you hear like his chick of his cowboy boots as he walks back. And then the last guy, who's been kind of quiet, comes up and he goes, "Hey, how's it going? My name's Ezekiel. Me and my little partner here." And you see that as you're looking around, you're like, what partner is he talking about? "Yeah, you can't see him. Come on out, buddy." You see, like, just next to him the entire time, you just see this, like, little candle start to appear that was hiding next to him.
I definitely like this guy.
He goes, "Yeah, this is me and my buddy here." Litwick, candle Pokemon, ghost, fire. While shining a light and pretending to be a guide, it leeches off the life force of any who follow it. Litwick, ghost, fire. And he's gonna go, "Yeah, unlike the other guys who have to stay on your boat, my buddy here, well, he can just float right across and start lighting their sails and boat on fire. That's surely something to deal with when they have to all of a sudden try to put out fires and stuff when all of a sudden they come near us, and then we can all just start attacking them if anything was to happen. But yeah, no, he's such a little riot," and he gives him like, he tries to give him a little knuckle, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's right, you got fire." Yeah, so this guy, he's kind of like dressed in black. He has like a flowing, almost like hooded cape kind of behind him he could throw up over his head. He's got black hair, pierced ears, bright yellow eyes. Yeah, well, I'm not exactly a far-away fighter. They put me in the gunner class because, well, invisible flame is quite useful to deal damage to an enemy ship, so, you know.
Sounds good.
How much are you? Did you already say? I don't remember.
He goes, "Well, being able to deal the most damage, I only feel I'm the most price of 600.
Cocky, aren't we?
Yeah, but he seems like he'd be a great fit.
Ah, Mitchell's cooler.
Bro, Charlie's
No.
just got the biggest crush.
Yeah,
No.
keep it in. All right, we got
I like
Mitchell.
Ezekiel.
Ooh,
Does besides Gregory agree with Charlie on Ezekiel being a good fit?
Yes, I like Ezekiel.
I definitely
Sounds
like
solid.
him. I definitely like him more than Mitch.
I like Mitch's water type.
Yeah, but Ezekiel's cool.
Ghost fire.
Exactly.
In a
Who can
place
disappear?
surrounded by water. Sounds perfect.
The teacher that's with you guys is gonna go. Would you like to see the engineers before making a final decision?
Yeah, that
yes,
sounds
please.
good.
I would like to, yes.
She goes, oh, wonderful. We'll be back, everyone. All right, so first girl you're gonna see is gonna come up to you. Hey, everyone. My name's Roxanne. Well, for being an engineer, I'm pretty well versed, having climbed up mountains most of my life, and being able to understand how things are really strong and sturdy. And, well, me and my partner here, and you see next to her, she's got this little short, muscular-looking dude that's swirling around a piece of, like, lumber around his head to try to show off his muscles for you guys. Timber, muscular Pokemon, fighting. These Pokemon appear at building sites and help out with construction. They always carry squared logs. Well, us engineers are the most expensive because we do help provide extra health to your ship if anything was to happen. And if any disasters happen along the seas, we're the best one to come consult with to figure out how we can all work together to fix it. So, I am 550.
All right.
Sounds good.
The next guy's going to come up to you, and you see that this guy, he's got a green vest on and brown shorts and wears like a beard, a brown beard, maybe about 30. And on his backpack, he's got these different type of tools hanging off in the front, baseball cap on the side, and he's got this like mechanical hand that's coming off the top of his backpack that's holding a tool that if he just says something, the hand will move mechanically to what he says. And sitting on his shoulder is this fluffy, like little sheep-looking character,
Ooh.
which I will read. Mareep, wool Pokemon, electric. Mareep's fluffy coat of wool rubs together and builds a static charge. The more static electricity is charged, the more brightly the light bulb at the tip of its tail glows. Mareep, electric Pokemon. And he's gonna come up to you and he's gonna go, hey guys, my name's Seth. When it comes to mechanical things and being able to construct things, I'm pretty much middle of the road guy here, but that doesn't mean I'm nowhere worse or nowhere better than anybody else here. Me and my partner here, and you see like the little Mareep is going to just send like a charge and it's going to go right into the hand, and the hand's going to be like moving a lot more faster, trying to just move and do mechanical things quick while it's working on the guy's backpack. You're going to go, yeah.
Handy.
He goes, yeah. He smiles at your joke and he goes, yeah, the name's Seth, by the way. Be a pleasure to work with you all.
Nice to meet you, Seth.
And then the last guy's going to step up forward.
Oh, how much was Seth?
Oh,
charging
Seth's going
again?
to go, no. Oh yeah, I nearly forgot. Yeah. $6.50.
Worth it,
Okay.
right, Seth?
He goes, every penny of it, my man, and he offers his fist out to you.
Oh, Gary is
The
gonna
mechanical fist?
Yes,
you know it, right?
specifically the
Yeah.
mechanical fist.
Oh God.
Gary's gonna fist bump him.
And the last guy in the room, he seems more well dressed than everybody else that you've seen kind of so far, at least for the engineers, right? You kind of had one guy that was kind of dressed like a mountainy kind of guy. The girl before that was dressed almost like a Pokemon Ranger would, with like an orange vest, baseball cap, high boots, had a few cables with her. Last guy's going to come over to you, and he doesn't look that rugged or mountain wildernessy at all. If anything, he looks like dressed like that one kid in class that kind of dresses up nice, like all the time. He does have glasses. He's got what appears to be almost like a beret on his head. He comes over to you guys and he goes, hello, my name is Jackson.
Nice to meet you, Jackson.
And he goes,
Nice to meet you.
and he adjusts his tie and he goes, yes, pleasure to meet you all. Now, if I may say, unlike my other compatriots here, while I have the highest marks of either of those two put together, I do cost the most. But when it comes to making repairs, me and my partner, there's no one faster than us when it comes to it. And he's got this little Pokemon he sends out that looks almost like a little panda that's sitting up on its back legs, standing up, I should say. It's got a little leaf coming out of its mouth, and it's otherwise looks like pretty much like a panda. Like, it's got little black ears. It's sitting up on its 2 feet. I'm gonna read your dex. It's called Pancham. Pancham, playful Pokemon, fighting. It does its best to be taken seriously by its enemies, but its glare is not sufficiently intimidating. Chewing on a leaf is its trademark. Pancham, fighting Pokemon. And he says, yeah, just watch a second. And you guys see, like, before you know it, like, the Pancham is already outside of the room waving at you.
Wow.
The only way for you to see it was if you were, like, already turning your head in the way that it was going to go running, and it ends up going running right underneath Gary's legs. Like, pew, really quick.
Oh, get out from there.
Pew, right back. And when he beams right back, if you guys are, I'm assuming, probably watching him as he's coming back, because you're like, we didn't see him the first time. Watch him the second time.
Yeah.
As he runs by, he blows a kiss at Veneering and just keeps running back over to Jackson.
Oh.
Oh.
And how much are you, Jackson?
He goes, well, I'm 750.
Veneria doesn't seem phased.
It didn't phase her at all.
Nope.
The rest of us are like,
He's like, I don't fall for no player, boys.
Nope.
Get away from my jammers.
I have standard.
damn.
God, that's the highlight of my entire
Alright.
night. Get away from my jammers. Okay, we can, if you all want to talk about it out in the main hall, that way that they don't have to hear your big decision. That works.
Sounds good.
Yes. That sounds great.
Okay, so
Thank you.
she'll lead you guys out to the main hall and she'll go, okay, if I may ask, do you all have a boat yet?
Nope.
Not yet.
Okay, well, nothing's wrong with that, I suppose. When you...
How do we get one?
Well, by going over to the... Have you all met Barney?
We know of
Not
him.
yet.
She goes,
We've heard
oh, well,
some things.
usually people will challenge him, and depending on how good you do, he typically will just... Him and his men will put together a boat for you. It's the run-of-the-mill basic boats, but they don't mind doing it, and if anything, they represent what makes our region so fine and great, being able to transport going from island to island via boat, you know. But the reason I ask is because if you hire somebody, how are they going to know which boat is yours, or where to meet you next, or...
Yeah. No, we
Usually
get
people
that.
here will, after you hire them, will typically meet you all on your boat when you tell them which dock you're heading towards. Now, with our island at the far eastern side having a northern dock and a southern dock, it does make the difference.
Yeah.
So we should probably pop on over and get a boat.
She says, that's probably the best plan, so they at least can look for your flag and perhaps look for where your boat is, etc.
Yeah.
Sorry to waste
Let's
your
go get
time,
a
I
boat.
guess I should have asked that first, but at least now you've met
Oh,
everybody,
no.
right? Okay.
You didn't waste our time. You
She-
actually saved us quite a bit.
She goes, oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. She's getting a little flustered. She goes,
We'll be
"Okay,
back.
sounds good. I
We
look
will
forward
be
to
back."
meeting you all when you come back.
Do we want to decide who we're going to hire? Because obviously we're getting a ship. It's just...
Well, I think
Oh,
I have
yeah.
I have a whole list here. And
Yeah.
I do believe we generally came to consensuses on most people.
Yeah. I mean,
Seth.
If we do Benji, Ezekiel, and Seth, it comes out to 1,650.
And then divide that by 4
I personally
or
only have...
12 and a half.
Well, personally, I only have 500.
Yeah.
That's enough.
I currently have 800, so that would be about half of what I have.
How much
Okay.
does Scotty have?
I'm trying to do some mental math.
Oh, I only have 350.
Let's
So we're...
Well, good thing we're about to go battle some people.
Yeah. And I mean,
We can always cover a little extra.
yeah. And also, if we end up having a little bit more, we could always decide instead to get like the best.
I
True.
have 850 left.
If we end up getting a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But right now, if we do go with Benji, Ezekiel, and Seth, that's going to be where it lands us.
Which is okay, but it is an option.
So I assume you guys are talking about this as you're heading over to the shipyard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So, as you guys approach the shipyard there, you see that there's like a big kind of wooden door on the wall that you guys are at. And you're hearing a lot of different like construction sounds coming from inside. Is there...
Let's head on in.
Notice any people?
What was that?
Did I notice any people?
There's not any windows in the front part of the shipyard. Like the area is just kind of like a big concrete wall with like a door set up to try to keep some sound out from the rest of the town, because otherwise it'd be really noisy.
This sounds like a prison for ships.
No, the whole back wall's open to the ocean, so you're hearing ocean waves too, and like construction sounds. So, all right. So you guys go in, and I will have a little piece to read to everybody. As you guys walk in, you smell the seawater from the back wall of the facility being wide open right on the water. You can also hear many people using tools to work on a whole variety of many different ships that you see in front of you that are sitting in the dock, waiting to be sent out in the water. When you walk in, you see people in Pokémon hard at work trying their best to make great ships. Also, the smell of wood carvings and metal being melted hits your noses as unusual smells, but not entirely bad. To the far left bottom corner of the room, you see that there's a Pokemon that has these weird twigs and vines all over him. And it's using these many different vines to shape different carvings out of wood. The wall on the other side, when you walk in, the far left wall, so above where that guy's working, you see that there's a huge glass enclosure filled with many different of these colored birds. And their heads are all in the shape of music notes. You can all tell that
them both?
You can tell that the music note birds are the Chattots that the professor was talking about when he showed you his. But the other thing you can certainly scan. And your dex is going to go Ormian Tangela. Water grass Pokemon. Tangela's sea vines snap off easily if they are grabbed at from various creatures underwater. This happens without painting Tangela and allows it to make a quick getaway. The lost seaweed vines are replaced by newly grown seaweed vines the very next day. Tangela. Seaweed Pokemon. Grass. Water. So you can scan it in your dex and it registers as a normal Tangela. But it had extra details because it's a Ormian version of a Tangela.
Scott, we have to research that.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, what do people want to do? As you walk in, you see that there's just a bunch of people working on different machineries and stuff. Nobody's kind of paying attention to you. If I'm being honest, I don't think anybody even heard you guys kind of come in because they're all busy either getting ship parts together, moving around wood, assembling metal together, getting different masts and things together along the sides.
Can we tap one of the workers and ask where Shipwright Barney is?
You certainly can try, yeah. Describe me
Like
what you
not
like to
to-
do. For best references, picture like they're like Team Aqua grunts, just without like the Aqua insignias. I will say,
It worked.
if you guys want to all give me a perception to see if you can find him, you can. Otherwise, then you can ask.
You know what? Let's roll first and then see if we know him. All right, so I got advantage. 9.
And 7.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a shot as well.
15.
17.
17.
Okay.
Oh, Gregory got a 10.
Gentleman's 10.
5. Okay, so here's how this is going to work. I set a DC to try to find him. Nobody actually made it to the DC. But what's going to happen is, you guys are looking around for him, and as you guys are looking around, one of the guys is going to come up to you and go, "Hey, I could give you a hint if one of you could beat me in a battle."
I can try.
He goes, "All right, sounds good." And then this will, every time that you fail this, by a certain, like you guys didn't meet the check, I will then reduce the check by 1 for the next time when y'all check.
Okay.
As the people are quote unquote giving you hints of where he could be.
Yeah.
And then if somebody beats this guy, then he'll give you a hint on where to find him.
Give us a hint. Yeah.
All right, he's gonna send out a bunny. It's not Baneri, but this bunny is all gray, has little brown pieces on its ears, and has almost buck teeth shooting out. And it's kind of bug looking, not like beady looking eyes looking at you.
I'll
Give it a
scan
scan.
it.
Sure. Your dex is gonna go. Bonelby, digging Pokemon, normal. They use their large ears to dig burrows. They will dig the whole night through. And he goes, you would not believe how helpful this guy is with carving up wood and digging.
Alright, so are we...
We're gonna roll initiative.
Yeah, uh-huh. Okay. Just
Well, he
making
got a
sure.
9 and you got a 14, so you get to go first.
Alright, so I'm gonna try to use Covet.
Yeah.
Or Covet?
I think
Covet?
something like that. Yeah.
Covet, I think.
See if it does a 14 hit.
Yeah. 2 damage.
And then I steal whatever item if they're holding one.
He is not holding any.
Okay.
Alright, try to intimidate that little dog. And you're gonna see you're gonna need to give me a wisdom save as the Bumblebee's eyes like flash at you to see if the Eevee gets like drawn in by the flashness and gets scared. Need a wisdom save from the Eevee. 4. So on any fails, it and its allies may have +1 to any attack they make on the target for the duration. They use Leer on you,
Okay.
so it gets an additional +1 to try to hit you. Your turn.
Okay.
Let's see.
I wanna use Covet again.
Okay, let's see.
Does a 12 hit?
12 does hit.
Oh!
Bumblebee is not
okay.
very defensive.
9.
Oof. Very hard hit on the Bumblebee. It's gonna try to tackle you. 14. Gonna hit you 4. That's supposed to be 2 damage.
Okay. I'm gonna try to do Covet again.
12 hits.
Okay. 7 damage.
Oh yeah, it's gone.
That is fair. Alright. How much XP does good old Tamao get? Which is the
20.
nickname. Now we do another.
Yeah, and he's gonna give you, for fighting him, he's gonna give you 200 monies.
Okay.
He goes,
Fair
yeah, it
fight,
was a
isn't
fair
it?
fight after all. And he says, alright, Bartleby is a fan of working on his ships himself. So I would, instead of checking around here by where all of us are building things, I'd perhaps check over by the ships.
Alright.
This is as a hint. Alright, so I've reduced the DC of the dice for you guys to hit it by 1. Let's see if anybody can make it to that or higher now.
Alright.
It's a perception check. 12.
Nope.
May I
I
ask
ain't
why
gonna
yours
reach
is a
anything.
+/-1?
It
It's a
can't.
-1.
It's a
Yeah.
It's a negative.
Oh, I just read
because
-1. That's all.
I'm dumb.
Gotcha.
Ass.
Gregory has a 15.
Okay.
Okay.
That's not gonna do it though.
You don't know that?
Oh my gosh.
I do know that because I
Hey!
rolled it
Yeah,
earlier.
20.
Nat
Oh.
20. There it is. And 21 altogether, more importantly.
Yep.
So, is it now there's 2 docks here where people are building ships off of. Is it 2v2? Is it everybody exploring the same dock? Describe to me what it looks like.
We can do 2v2. That way everybody gets some battling and
Yeah, that makes sense. I like that.
I meant for like exploring the thing, but they see, unlike everybody else that's kind of dressed in like bluish kind of working gear as like sea people would working on ships. There's one guy that's wearing a gray outfit and bright red pants, and he's got this white handlebar mustache. And you hear, unlike the other people kind of talking all rough and gruff, kind of like, yeah, where should we put this? Where should this go? This guy goes, you need to move that over there. And you're able to clearly hear that this man is sounding completely different than everybody else with your nat 20.
I love this man already. My type
Seeing
of guy.
him guiding some people to help assemble some wooden parts on a ship. You definitely pick it up and you're able to see him right away. Charlie, what do you say to your peeps?
Found him.
Where?
where
You're
we
about
are.
50-ish feet from each other, to be fair. And with the sounds of machineries and stuff going on and ocean waves coming in, it'd be a little hard for the other guys to hear you.
Yeah.
I suppose I nudge to Amma and say, and like point at him and go, "He's right there. We should tell the others."
What do you do?
I suppose we go over, kind of, maybe nudge
Get
him.
the
whack 'em.
boys. No,
the
we gotta get the boys.
Yeah, I know. I meant like, you know,
We smacking the boys?
I guess
Where are you touching boys? Excuse me?
it's an option.
Get away from my jammers.
I forgot about the jammers.
Right? Oh.
We are forever gonna be reminded of the jammers. There's
I don't
no
like
escape.
that. I don't like it.
I didn't ask.
Anyway, y'all are over here talking with the boyos, I think.
Do we want to go see Shipwright Barney?
Yeah, let's go talk to Shipwright Barney.
As you guys come over, you see the man's shining head gleam in the sunlight of Shipwright Barney.
He's bald.
And his white. Oh yeah, look, I sent it. I sent y'all a picture. I'm
Oh,
describing
I
it for the
know.
people.
He's bald.
He is.
I know.
He's got his
but
white
is it
handlebar
that
mustache.
shiny that it's like a rock.
It's like King
Bro,
Triton's
this
head in
thing's
SpongeBob. Or no, King
polished.
Neptune.
Yes,
King
yes, it is.
Neptune.
It's like
King
King Neptune and polished. You guys hear him say as you come over. Get to work faster, otherwise you'll face the glare of me and one of my Pokémon. And you hear them go, "Oh yes, sir, right away, sir!" As they're like moving faster.
As we
Get things
near,
ready.
and I nudge Amma and be like, "This is a great man right here."
So he's just working away. So keeping things ready.
Who wants to talk to him?
I could probably do it. I like if he's gonna launch into battle immediately, though. I
Go for
might
it,
take a
Amma.
moment to switch.
You want to switch now? You certainly can.
Yes,
What would
I'm
you?
gonna bring out Poco for now.
I feel like our fearless leader should go.
Oh, and who would that be?
We already decided.
Okie doke.
Despite him not knowing about types, we're here for him.
Correct. It was by random draw. I did not volunteer.
Do you volunteer
we-
to step forward, Scott?
I do now.
Talk to the man.
Yeah, I'll say. While he's working on the ship, there, like he's got 3 other people that are also on his ship, just like putting stuff together, assembling things, whatnot.
Alright, well, I'll walk over to him and I'll just ask him what he's doing. Say, hello, my name's Scott. We noticed you over here and we just want to know what you're doing.
Hi, hello there, Scott. Well, we are currently working on assembling this ship to give to one of my good friends of mine. Well, Scott, what can I do ye for? As you can see, I'm a very busy man, but if there's something you'd like, I could try my best to help.
We want a boat.
Aye, you want a boat, do ye? Well, how many of you'd be part of the main crew, the group of the people asking me for me and my services?
There's 4 of us.
Alrighty, and who of the 4 of you is the captain of your group?
I'm the captain now.
Beautiful. No, I loved it. That was great. You've obviously came to meet me. Might I ask, what be your name? He goes, except this time, if you're the captain, address yourself as one.
My name is Captain Scott Kingery.
Alright, he nods his head in approval and he goes, Alright, Captain Scott. How about this? You and your 3 other main crew members go against me and 3 of my best men in a 4v4 fight. Or, if you'd rather, we can do 4 1v1 fights. I really leave it up to whoever comes to see me. Just know.
Can I take time to discuss with
Yes,
my
you
crew
may.
members?
I will be here working with my other men here.
Alright, thank you. I'll be back.
It's always good to consult your crew, Captain Scott. I applaud you for that.
Alright, so I turn around and head back to the group.
Mm-hmm.
How did it go, Scott?
So I came to discuss our options, which are we could do a 4v4 fight, or we could do 4 one-on-one fights.
If we all fight together, that way we could hopefully use type advantages to, well, our advantage.
That and prove our strength as a team.
I was
That
going to
too.
say that I also think that it would be fun because I don't think we've done any sort of like group.
No, we haven't battled all as like one unit since the professor.
Gregary's not a fan of battling alone, so he's in.
All right. Let's 4v4 these flounders.
These scallywags.
Mine was better.
If DM can vote, I did like ties.
Fuck you, Ryan.
Sorry.
Fuck you, my word was better.
No, that's a question for the comments. All right.
All right.
I'm pretty sure Scallywag's
Comments
gonna
vote.
win, but anyway. All right, so Scott, your crew has told you what their thoughts are. What do you deliver back?
Okay, so I head back over with my Swablu,
Mm-hmm.
and I say that we are prepared to do a 4-on-4 fight with them if that's something that they would want to do.
He smiles and goes, "That can certainly be something we can do, Captain Scott." He smiles and goes, "That is the better choice, in my opinion. We'll go on the other side of this dock, me and my men, and we will commence the battle." He nods his head and goes, "I wish you good luck, Captain Scott, for you and your crew. Oh, what is your all?" He goes, "What be your all's names? As a team."
Our team name is Team Last Hope.
Sounds delightful. "All right, Barney and the boys, we have a team fight!" And you just hear him yell that up to the people, and they all go, "Oh yes, boss, right away!" So he's letting you guys pick what side of the dock you'd like to be on. Preferably, the dock is vertical and thin. So if you could pick one end of the short sides of the long dock, and they'll pick the other end. Do you guys have a preference if you're by the water or by the...
Water, yeah.
Okay, so you see that Barney goes horizontal from Scott, and the other men line up just accordingly. "It'd only be fair that you get to see all of our Pokemon first." And he smiles and he goes, "I should probably tell you, Scott. Well, my Pokemon are rarities here from this region. Just as a heads up." As you guys are all lined up there, he and his crew are going to send out Pokemon. The person across from Poco, the Pichu, is going to send out this... I can't remember if you guys have seen this or not, but this crab, this like hermit crab looking Pokemon, except its shell is made out of all rock.
Well, we'll give it a scan because I don't think we have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen what I can assume is Dwebble.
And you're going to hear your decks go, Dwebble, rock in Pokemon, bug rock. It makes a hole in suitable rock. If that rock breaks, the Pokemon remains agitated until it locates a replacement. Dwebble, bug rock Pokemon. Across from the Eevee, you're going to see a Pokemon that you guys have already recognized before.
Oh.
This Pokemon's a little guy that's swinging around a little piece of timber. And across from the Pansage is going to be this red little lobster-looking guy that you guys have not scanned yet. Your deck's going to go, Corfish, ruffian Pokemon, water. Corfish were originally foreign Pokemon that were imported as pets. They eventually turned up in the wild. This Pokemon is very hardy and has greatly increased its population. Corfish, water Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to notice as Shipwright Barney smiles and he goes, "And as your crew may see, I happen to have two Pokemon that are rarities amongst other regions." He goes, "And first, I'll lead with my Ekans." And he sends out this snake. So as opposed to being the bright purple like an Ekans normally is, it's like a white albino looking snake, except it's got these purple flower designs all over it and has some spider cobwebs. It looks very Day of the Dead-esque, if that makes sense. Help set it into perspective. So I'll read its deck entry for you. Galarian Ekans, snake Pokemon. Galarian Ekans curls itself up into a spiral while it's at rest. Assuming this position allows it to quickly respond to a threat from any direction with a glare from its upraised head. Galarian Ekans, poison, dark Pokemon.
Astonishing.
And he goes, "All right, Captain Scott, are we ready?"
Indeed we are.
"All right, then let us begin." And we shall all roll initiative.
We vibing.
We vibing. Alma got that 6. Charlie
Got
got
you
a 4. Gary got a 3. Scott, Captain Scott, can you be the one to have an early 11? That's the best of the group by far.
Alright.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for all these guys now. Barney got a 6. Alright, I'm gonna have the other 3 go here quick. The Timber, 13. The Dwebble, 12. And finally the Corfish, also with a 12, but has less of a mod, so it will go after. Okay, so the Timber is gonna go first, and then the Dwebble, Corfish. First, the little guy with the little piece of wood is gonna go running up to the Eevee, and it's gonna try to do a low kick on it.
No.
It's trying to sweep at the Eevee's legs to try to kick it out. 13.
Oh,
8. Fighting.
Dead.
super effective.
It's dead.
I guess these boys
Okay.
aren't playing around.
Okay. Can I send out a different?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to send out the Nidoran mail anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, after that's gonna be the Dwebble. The Dwebble's gonna go running up to Poco, doing like this little as it's like crawling across the wooden deck as like a little hermit crab.
Okay,
And it's gonna try to do a Fury Cutter. 18.
that's gonna hit.
So like the Pokemon games, Fury Cutter will stack the more it uses it in succession. So you take
Joy.
6 bug. Boyos are not playing around. Okay.
No.
They're not.
Next is the Corfish. It's going to go over and it's going to try to crush you with a forceful gripping attack from its claws. Its big meaty claws. Make a melee attack. On the Pansage. 30, 20.
Can she?
That hits, yeah.
So it's using the move Vice Grip on you. You are considered
Okay.
grappled in the claws for, well, right now 2 normal damage.
All right.
You may attempt to escape the grapple at the beginning of its turn with a strength save. Alright, after the Corfish goes Scott. Captain Scott. Was there any
First.
modifier, or is it just a d6? So, as Captain Scotty tells his little Swablu to go flying in, this Timber, after having just low swept out and knocking out the little dog, looks to its left and just sees this bird going, and just starts pecking at him. And he tries to put up his wood to block it, but the Swablu just goes underneath the wood and pecks him right in the chin, and he takes double. You notice like the damage from that one peck, like busts its jaw, like it has like now a big mark in it from this one peck. It was a pretty significant damage. Like you dealt ×2 to it. So Shipwright Barney and this Day of the Dead looking Ekans is gonna come right towards Swablu. You're gonna see it go like as it like slithers and slides all across the deck towards you. And it's going to try to go for a bite on Swablu. Assuming your AC is higher than 8. So it slides over as the Swablu just hops back from almost getting bitten from this Ekans. Okay. Now comes the crew. Amma, then Charlie, then Gregary.
Alright. We're gonna Thundershock the Corfish.
9 is not going to let you
Yeah.
Thundershock. Okay. Charlie.
All right. I'm gonna tell Nidoran to peck the Timber. Does a 19 hit?
Yeah, 19 hits. 6.
Try 12.
12. Yeah, so after this thing gets pecked up by a bird and starts to stumble back with this piece of wood right in the gut, it
I
takes
hope
the
it
horn
dies.
from the Nidoran. It does not die.
Damn it. That's some good damage right there.
It's also going to be, if you guys win, some really good XP.
Yeah.
Just saying. Gregary, last guy.
Last hope? Yeah, I know.
Last hope. Let's see if Pansage.
Pansage is going to try to scratch the Corfish that ran up on it and attacked him. 12.
12 hits Corfish.
4 normal damage.
All right. First hitting on him. Nice. Okay. Charlie, if you want to roll for me another initiative.
Oh,
Nat 20.
nice. Alright, so you're up next. Wreck that timber.
So
Yes,
you're gonna jump to
Susan.
the top of initiative order, Charlie.
Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to peck that thing. Does an 18
18's
hit?
gonna hit. Let's see if you can knock it out. You have a shot.
8.
You want to describe how you knock it out?
So, Nidoran runs right up to it. Think he's gonna use his horn to peck rather than the singular tooth. And just go stab right into the timber, and it's gonna make it go flying.
Return, Timber. You did your best. Ah, and it calls him back. All right. What about the Timber's turn? Dwebble. Dwebble's gonna try to go for another Fury Cutter on Pichu.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. Fury Cutter and Rock. Fury Cutter is certainly an interesting move because you just quite literally double the dice, whatever the dice is. So if it was a D4 last time, so if it hits, it'd be a D8, D8, etc. Let's see.
Oh,
15.
yes.
Okay.
Damn.
That's... I did not realize it did so much more.
Oh God, 8. So our
Poco
little Poco
is
playing his
barely
little
hanging
guitar. I want to say those are both melee attacks. I should have reminded you of that. I'll remind you of that right there. Doesn't Poco have static?
Oh, yes.
Does it? Wait,
I
does it
forgot.
affect it?
It should.
Okay, it's Rock Bug. I wasn't sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, it's not ground type.
so you have to make a roll, right,
So
to see
roll
if
a
it gets the
d4. A
static.
result of the d4 attack takes amount of electric damage.
Right, so take.
Nope.
So no, right? Okay.
Alright.
Cool. That was the Dwebble. Corfi, she's gonna go. Oh, you were still grappled.
Jane can take it. Oh, that's right. I couldn't scratch.
If the creature is still grappled, I'm gonna use this move again as an action and automatically hit. I think I will.
Teehee, I forgot to get ungrappled.
Oh, that's just gonna hit. I should not have rolled.
It
Alright, so let's see how much.
automatically hits Jane.
If
Yeah, 'cause you're already
in his
grappled.
claws.
So you
I
can't
understand
escape
I'm
it.
grappled. I was just curious.
You're
about
in
it.
its claws.
Yes, it does automatically hit. 7 normal this time on Jane.
Ooh, alright.
As it's like you hear it like crunching and breaking a little bit of little Jane's little monkey bones. Next is Scott. So you got that snake like the one I sent you there, running with its rattling maraca tail. 16. What are you doing with that 16?
I'm gonna astonish again.
You're gonna astonish the snake? Sure. If you click on astonish, does it do something if your natural 16? If you roll a certain number, you click the move astonish.
On a
Should
natural attack roll of
flinch.
15 or more, the opponent flinches.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you flinch the snake, right? Because you rolled a 16 or higher,
Yes.
which is great. Flinch means like it just
And
skips its turn, basically.
cool. It's resistant.
Oh, yeah, it is. Into ghost.
Yeah.
Mhm. But it's still damage, and he's still made the big bad not have a turn.
Yep.
So,
But it is only taking 1 point of damage.
and that is also
Which
true.
is good, but bad.
I mean, he's not getting hurt. That's 1 damage it didn't
Yeah.
have.
No,
I guess
that's
your
like
move
that's what
finds
I'm
you.
saying. Like the flinching part's good, but like the damage is bad. But like overall, it's pretty good.
All right, it's his turn where his snake has to skip because it just gets flinched from getting scared by this bird. Like the bird goes, "Shwablow!" Picks up his like clouds and like clouds for arms, and the snake slithers back and it goes like, scared. All right,
Alright,
Amma.
I'm gonna try and Thundershock again.
That's a nat
Oh.
20.
That is a nat 20.
Not only is it crit,
It's crit and
it's
it's super
doubled.
effective. Oh,
Mhm.
this
Fuck.
poor
oh,
corfish.
this poor corfish. Oh god.
He's about to get fucking
Fuck.
annihilated.
Oh shit, boy.
Presumably.
Oh.
And then you add 6 more damage to that for 11 times 2.
times that by 2.
And double 'cause it's crit.
22. Oh.
Do you want to
Oh.
Describe how you like take
Fucking
out this
hilarious.
relatively healthy
God,
corfish that has the pan sage pinned like in its grasp?
Fucking obliterate
He's
something.
kind of leaning on his ukulele a little bit, like he's having trouble standing.
Yeah, he's using the ukulele. Oh, I
But-
love that. Yeah, what's he doing?
But he's charging up electricity And with a loud cry, he sends all that energy blasting towards that corefish.
You just hear. You see it go all like black, like in the movies, and something sticks like a fork in like the toaster. He just drops.
It falls into the water. He just kind of gets dizzy and like falls off the dock and goes sploosh.
Oh, dear.
I do need a favor from somebody.
Who?
That would be the pan sage that's currently being grappled by this corefish. I'm trying to think what I want to have you do. Because ultimately, the corefish is grabbing you and got hit. And since it's like holding you, and it's electricity.
So it's going to go through the corefish.
That's, yeah.
I mean, at least he resisted.
Ah.
It's still 20-something damage at the corefish.
So instead of 11, Jane, you'll take 5. But the corefish is dead and gone.
Oh, God.
You're fair. I kind of like that corefish. It's putting in work. All right.
Yeah, and it just got fucking obliterated.
Or Gary.
All right, I will switch out Jane.
As your
Tell
action?
her-
Sure. Sorry if it was.
Yeah, I'm switching it out, and I'm gonna bring out Peppy.
There's Peppy.
Pecky on this Ekans.
Poco's gonna die for the team. Take one for the team, probably.
It's fair. Evie took one for the team. 19 hits the Ekans. For sure.
Does it?
It just
Are you
might.
sure about that?
Alright, so, let's see what are you even using? Peck, right? Yeah, 4 damage, flying? Okay. Dwebble. Okay, it's gonna try to use Feint Attack on Poco.
Alright.
Fun fact, Feint Attack always hits with advantage.
I don't think you
Sorry.
even need to roll. Poco fucking dead.
Well, I'm assuming a 15 hits Poco.
Yes.
Poco, no matter what I roll, is gone.
So she brings Poco back.
So you guys just see that this
He
like
did well.
this Dwebble just like fades into like this like darkness color, and it's just like blending with the wood, and it just goes and like pierces up right underneath Poco, and you see him go Pichu, and he slides across the dock onto Ama's feet, knocked out with his little ukulele.
Amma picks him up carefully and returns thanking him.
Mm-hmm.
And out comes Jolene.
There you go. Well, she avenged the death of her fallen comrade.
We'll have to see.
We'll have to see. Okay, is Scott's turn.
I mean, if you want to try to do Astonish again.
Well,
That's the plan. However,
However,
two
that
is
plan just failed.
So you try to do it, and the snake's like, try to scare me once, shame on you.
Shame on me.
Shame on me. You try to scare me twice, shame on you. Alright. Snake is gonna go.
Dwebble really out here like I want that twink obliterated.
Gosh. The snake is
Cough,
going to
cough.
look over at the Nidoran for trying to
Uh-huh.
peck it. And you're gonna see that it's going to stare deep into Nidoran's eyes, and the markings on it, like the flowers and the spiderweb markings,
Oh,
are all going to
Jesus.
start glowing. I'm going to need a wisdom saving throw as it uses glare against you.
19.
I guess with the 19, it doesn't. Okay.
Totally dabs.
Alright, gonna try and use frustration on the Dwebble, even though it won't do as much. It's an 18.
18 hits the Dwebble.
It's half damage. But
Is
1,
it?
2, 3.
it's
Yep.
rock type, normal type move.
Yeah.
Gregary.
All right, Peppy. I hope you're ready for this. She's gonna run up next to the Nebel.
Dwebble.
Is that what it-
Dwebble.
Dwebble, not Nebel.
Neville Papperman? Am I Carly?
I don't know who that
please
is.
stop. Please
Sorry,
stop.
sorry.
That's an iCarly.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Poor Neville.
This is I, Carly.
God, I hate the fact that I knew that.
She's gonna
Jesus.
she's gonna shoot bubbles from her beak.
At who?
Dwebble,
Okay.
but it didn't work.
I mean, you didn't roll a d20. You just kind of
What?
rolled a d6 for damage. Unless it
Oh.
automatically hits, in which case maybe, but...
Yeah, and then it's super effective, but like,
Oh,
failed
my bad.
that,
They both
so-
were 7, so...
Okay.
The Dwebble just
Cool.
kind of sidesteps out the way, and it just pinches his claws at you and goes like... It's like a nice try, bud.
It just looks at you like, fuck you trying to do?
All right, top of the order, Charlie.
Oh,
Alright.
do I have to reroll?
Yes, you do.
because
Yes, you have to roll for
Jolene's out?
yes for
Oh,
Jolene.
yeah,
I'm
you
sorry.
have to reroll initiative.
Okay, let me do that real.
I'll let you do that. I don't know if you're gonna beat a 21, but
Yeah, no, probably not.
probably not.
Let's
But
see it. Let's see
Give
it.
it a shot. No, not at all.
Nope, that's a 3. I actually think you're the bottom. We're good. It's gonna go Peppy. Almost at the end.
alright. So I'm gonna try to peck this snake.
I
Yeah.
don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think a 6 does much.
The Dwebble's going to point its like claws together, and you're going to see it's going to form like these like pebbles that it picked up from along the side of the dock where it was by the earth side there instead of the water side where you guys were. It's just going to go like shooting a bunch of rocks right at Jolene with a rock blast. 6.
That will not hit.
Scott and then Barney. Scott, what's the plan against this snake?
We shall try once again and see if it'll work this time.
Okay. That's a
Ooh.
17.
Okay.
That's
Gets
flinched.
flinched again, bro. Keep skipping the snake's turn. Big play. Let's see how much damage you do.
That is
It's gonna get
just
half,
absolutely
but let's
fabulous.
see it. Still 1 damage.
We're getting there.
Alright,
Yeah.
so Barney skips his turn. Gary.
Peppy, still next to this little crab, is gonna try to get a bubble off.
Does not want you to do this. With an
I
8.
know.
Like I'm saying, he
Why
just
are these
sidestepping out of the way? No one's rolled a nat 1 yet in combat. My bad. You could just roll a nat 20 again. That's fine. You could just get 2 nat 20s tonight, Amma. You know,
Yeah.
I don't even know what you're doing. I'm assuming
I'm
frustration.
using frustration on the
Yeah.
snake this time. Can I bop the snake with a nice frustration?
Yeah.
Though I'm
Yeah, you just build up a big old punch in your side. And this snake has been trying to go at it with this bird, so it's not expecting little bunny come hopping in out of nowhere. Oh
Ooh.
my gosh.
this
Not-
thing getting popped.
9 plus 6 is 15. This thing is barely up. It's gonna look, the snake is gonna look at you as the bunny hops over. And it's got intimidate.
Fucker, this is what I was worried about.
Yep.
So it's gonna pose disadvantage on your crit there.
Okay.
So if you roll another crit, you're fine. But let's see it. So it basically makes you roll your d20 attack again, and you take lower of the 2. I only do that once, but instead of it like almost dying, I think it would use it there if I was being fair. 7. So it's not gonna take that whomping. Anywho. Alright, Charlie, back at the top.
Peck, peck,
It makes
peck,
me
peck,
sad.
peck, peck, peck,
Don't
peck, peck.
don't peck the
Jesus.
Baneri. See, I don't think it liked your singing. I gave you an 8. Dwebble. Hang on. Dwebble's gonna try to use another rock blast on the Baneri. Scott.
That is my name.
Are you gonna keep going for the astonish, or are you gonna try a different move out? Don't know what other moves you got.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's fair. And that's a nat 20. God, you guys are rolling so well tonight.
Oh my god.
It's better than that one shot.
Yeah, so that's
Ugh.
4 plus 6 is 10 damage, so it only takes 5. But still, that's a hit, and it's flinched up the wazoo.
Yeah.
That sounds
Yeah.
like a win to me.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Barney, whose turn gets skipped again. Gregory. What do you
Peppy,
got? Peppy, what
go
do you
ahead
got?
and bubble the crab. 13.
13 will not hit the crab. Amma, go ahead.
Frustration on the snake.
14.
Now she angry because she missed.
14 hits the snake. Well,
you know what? You still getting
you know,
fucking bopped
9
for
damage
9,
is
so-
still a lot of damage. Now this thing is barely up. Remember earlier it was barely up? Yeah, we're right at that barely up point again.
Yeah, my turn.
Top of the order, yep.
We're gonna peck, 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 peck.
I'm telling you, that singing, if you just say use peck, you would get there. It's a 12. 3
So
times you've
does
sung
it?
and 3 times you've missed in a row. It can't be a coincidence. I'm playing. Dwebble.
DM
Dwebble's
right
just
there.
gonna try to feint attack Baneri. He's like, we're done with this whole game of shooting rocks. This ain't working. Let's see it. Okay, so that's not right. Does a 14 hit the Baneri?
Think so.
That hits Jolene.
Yes.
Jolene is going to take a gentleman's 8 damage, 8 dark. Next, after that, Dwebble is Scott. I'm assuming we're keeping the same chain going with a 19. Yeah, we are. And the thing.
Yeah.
God.
but
All right, this thing is like last leg for real. Like I know it only
Good.
took one, but like it's its
Alright.
turn. Oh, it has to skip it for like the 6th time. Gregary.
All right, Gregory, noticing that we're not getting these bubbles off, is gonna tell Peppy to jump in the water. So she's gonna leap over the side of the dock because it's gonna power up the bubble. We're in the water. She could swim.
okay.
Is that how that works?
It is for flavor. So
Yo, you don't understand. This DM has been hungry for flavors, so you're in the water. Is that like your turn, or are you gonna try to attack too? What do you
that's
think?
a movement.
It is a movement, yeah. That's why I was gonna ask what else you were gonna do, or if you were done. That's all.
Bubble.
Okay.
That's the whole point.
Okay.
It's
16 hits.
2. Bubble, interesting enough, you shoot a
multiple
series
bubbles.
of quickly moving bubbles at a target. Make 3 ranged attacks,
Yeah.
doing 1d4 damage on each success.
Yeah, it's a lot different than the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
So
different.
I'm gonna roll
Mhm.
2 more, and
Yeah.
let's see if
12 is not gonna hit. 17 will hit. So you get another
Okay.
D4 off.
that's gonna be 3 water damage.
Times
Times
2.
2.
I,
Six.
yes,
Six?
he understands.
I do. We've only said it like 6 times.
And we're gonna
Only.
keep saying it till
A
this
gentleman's
fucker's dead.
only. Ama.
Exactly.
To be fair, it is a
Yes.
4v2 right now. Okay, guys, come.
Can I say the flavor for?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Oh.
So, Peppy, leaping into the water to power up her bubbles, draws in the water from around her and lets out a loud "Piplop" as they shoot and burst all over this crab.
Perfect. Ama.
That's a spicy meatball.
Alright. We're gonna use frustration again. 16?
On the snake?
Yes.
Yeah.
Snake getting bopped.
Oh yeah, even when that gets half to 2, snake is gone.
So,
Oh Jesus.
with a loud cry of bunny, 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 she charges up and pelts the snake with her ears, knocking it into the side of the boat that they were working on earlier.
The boat. Barney's gonna call back the snake and go, well, if you think y'all are strong enough and you'll be able to defeat my first one, the second one's gonna be not very easy. And he sends out this Pokemon that he goes, go, Honedge.
Oh, fuck
Oh.
me.
And unlike the usual Honedges that you guys have seen before, this one is a water cutlass, like a pirate's cutlass, but it's dripping water all over as it's floating in front of you.
Okay. Well, we're gonna scan it.
Mm-hmm. So to describe it, it's like you picture a pirate's cutlass with an eyeball right on, like right above the hilt where you hold your hand, and it's floating, just dripping water all over its blade.
Gregory is impressed.
Thank you.
I have foresight, meaning I can smack this bitch with normal type moves. Fuck you.
Ah.
Ormanian
Because-
Honedge, sword Pokemon, water ghost. Apparently this Pokemon is born when a departed pirate spirit ends up drowning in its own pirate ship. It attaches itself to people and drinks their life force. Ormanian Honedge, water ghost.
Smack that thing with Astonish.
Please smack it with Astonish.
Double
It's
damage.
All right. I'm gonna peck it.
All right. Fun fact. You have advantage, and it has advantage.
Oh.
It has the ability No Guard.
What?
Yep. So you get to hit with advantage, but every attack it does also has advantage.
15?
Your 15 does hit.
5.
5, okay. It is the Dwebble. Gonna try to feint attack the Baniri. Oh, there's a nat 20.
Oh.
Oh, there's also a nat 1.
True, but it had an advantage.
Yep.
So, 15 dark damage.
Yep. Jolene goes down.
Well, that's
So Amma
left.
calls her back. Tells her she did good. And it's Cottony's turn.
I would assume you are you sending Puff out About 10 feet from you? Or are you chucking her like across the place to be sent out?
We're gonna chuck it.
Alright.
I don't know how far I can chuck it.
I mean,
Am I over
away
here?
from
So
Dwebble.
you're throwing it towards the pirate ship, away from the Dwebble.
Yes.
So it's right next to the floating.
So,
He only rolled an 8, so you're gonna go after the Dwebble.
okay, doke.
Barney's gonna go after you. So, you die due to the Dwebble. So it is
Yes. So we are. Let's see, we're gonna use absorb on Cutlass.
11
Damn.
and 6 both will not get there. On its turn, you're gonna hear him go, "Alright, you me pirate sword. Do what swords do best, and dance." And you're gonna see that as the sword is like flying around in the air, dripping
Oh,
water,
no.
it's gonna activate the move Sword Stance. Now, Sword Stance in this game is very
Oh, no.
different than the Sword Stance in the Pokemon games. So as you're doing this, you're gonna see two more of. You're gonna see that the flying ghostly sword dripping water everywhere is gonna now multiply, and now there's 3 of them flying around in the area.
oh no.
So while he has swords up, his AC is increased by 1 for every sword. And on a future turn, he can do something else with the swords as a bonus action on a future turn. Scott, you're up.
Alright, I got a 12.
A 12 is not gonna hit. So you just kind of
I
squawk
guess it
as
is
this floating sword now has like 2 other friends of it also spinning around in its area. Your bird's just like, I can't tell which one to scare, bro. And he's not like scaring any. All right, Gregory from the water.
Alright. Gregary's gonna tell Peppy to try to bubble the Dwebble. And so she's gonna let out 3 water bubbles. And a 14, a 15, and that wasn't the right
That wasn't right.
one. No.
No, that's a D4. The
So
15
14,
and
a
16.
15, and a 16.
The 15 and 16 both hit.
Alright.
Wow, now you kind of know what its AC is. She
Huh.
rolls 14, 15, 16. Let's see it.
So that's gonna be 3 water damage.
Okay,
6.
2 is 6.
there you go. Because it really didn't like getting hit by that.
What?
Like I forgot to erase you from before. Okay, Charlie, back to the top.
I'm gonna try to peck it.
9 is not going to let you peck it. But a 19 will let you peck it.
7.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay,
So
after...
Alma.
Yep, Dwebble goes Ama.
Doke. Let's try and absorb again.
6 is not going
One's
to cut
not
it.
gonna hit.
15. 15 does not cut it. The Cutlass is going to look at the Cottony and go for a Fury Cutter.
Oh fuck.
Ah.
6 bug. Alright, Scott. 17.
Right.
Right, I love that, right. Scott, you have been subtracting PP every time you use this, right? If not, that's
You
okay.
bet.
For future.
Believe it or not, I have.
Oh my god, my good man. How much is left? I'm so proud of you tonight, Scott. Because your 17 gets there.
2.
2's left. Okay, I was gonna say, that's like the only
Oh,
movie he's been
shit.
spamming the entire night. Rolls a 6.
Times that by 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's get 12.
Gregory.
Alright.
Oh, the Dwebble's not looking hot either. Not as bad, but not hot.
Gary sees Peppy having so much fun in the water, so he'll jump in too. Just for the fun of it, you know.
21 is gonna hit, that's the only one.
Oh,
Alright, so gets 1 bubble, other 2 miss. And that's gonna be 2 water damage on the Dwebble.
My turn?
Yes.
We're gonna try to peck it again. I know the 21 hits. 4. Is it dead yet?
4, no. Dwebble's looking at the Swablu and like, you've been a pain the entire time. It's gonna try to rock blast you. Does 15 hit Swablu, Mike?
The Swablu's AC is 14.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, so it's gonna hit. Is this doubled on Swablu?
Rock blast? Yes.
I feel
Let's
like
see,
it
does
should
it continue?
Be.
It does. I feel like it shouldn't, or it should be.
It should. Yeah, and it is.
Okay, let's see. Does it do another one?
This Swablu is just dead. Are you kidding me?
Oh my god, it gets a third off.
Considering how it did 4 plus 2, 4 plus 2, and 3 plus 2.
Mm-hmm. So
17
times 2.
times 2.
But Scott, you can send out your next boyo who's yet to see the daylight for your team.
Oh.
Did you name it, Scott? Otherwise, it's called C Dot.
Yeah, it's gonna go by C dot.
Its only move is bide, and we're against the ghost type.
But it also knows Harden. Don't let Scott fool you.
Meat
This
shield.
thing's just exactly.
Are you kidding me?
Scott looks over. What?
You're right.
In all fairness, I caught Scott's encounter of Pansage, and you caught his Baniri, so we didn't have much choice.
Well,
You did get a lava cookie, though.
that was the Dwebble. Scott, I need you to roll a dex for your C Dot. See where you are in the lineup. Maybe you'll go before Charlie.
Just if it is a
Third,
subtract,
11.
it's definitely not.
That is actually what you
above
rolled last time, I think. No, you rolled a 4 last time, but 11's still pretty good. Okay. So that
Anyway.
was the Dwebble. Amma.
Okay, we're gonna try and absorb on it this time. That'll hit.
22
I'm gonna
will
try and see if I crit.
no,
I do not.
22 will certainly hit. Yeah.
4.
Oh,
To be
yay.
fair, 4 was enough. Do you want to describe?
Cottony, who is a grumpy little baby, faces off against these swords and draws in energy from them and watches them drop and lets out a happy little Cottony when they all disappear or fade away or whatever they do. I don't know how they work if they're made out of water.
Yeah, the other one's just like splutter into like puddles, but the sword itself one's gonna like fall down and like
Platter to the deck.
where its eye was on the hilt, it's just gonna be like swirly, and the water on it's all off, and now it's just like a chic metal blade,
Okay.
as he calls it back. All that's left.
Is the fucking Dwebble.
The Dwebble that's
This
been.
thing has survived this whole damn time.
Dwebble's gonna go over to
I
Pepe.
don't-
No, actually, it's just gonna feint attack the Nidoran.
It doesn't want to come for a
Both
swim.
of those
Come
get
on.
+1 or +4. Well, I guess both rolling a 5 is not gonna matter. Okay.
No. AC 12. Nah.
I don't know why I jumped up to the Dwebble when it was not the Dwebble's turn. It should have been Scott's turn. And then Gregory.
Nice.
Scott, what are you doing with your man C-Dot?
You know what? I'm gonna harden.
Oh, yeah. Alright, Gregory, can you finish this Dwebble off?
All right. Peppy having a blast, as they say, will let out 3 more bubbles in rapid succession, and they will all miss.
Well,
because...
the last one's a D4, so I wouldn't anticipate that one hitting at all.
Oh,
You did that again.
I don't know why it
Remembers the
shifts
command,
to. It's weird. 13? No, that's
No.
not enough.
No.
It's
All
All
AC
right, all the
15.
bubbles just hit it and pop on its shell.
Charlie.
Okay. I guess we're gonna peck it.
Nope.
First of all,
Nope, not with that 7.
it's resistant.
You know, I'll give you props. You didn't
Oh, wait,
sing
no,
that
it's
one.
not-
Oh
It
no,
is-
it's not. It's
It's
just
normally
normal.
Its turn?
Because
Oh my gosh.
what?
And I had it roll its turn ahead of time. We rolled a 2-5, so I'll say that was
Yeah.
its turn to be fair. All right, Amma.
Okay.
The
Alright,
Kootenai.
we're gonna. Oh, I gotta change it back.
What are we gonna
Fairy
do?
Wind
We're
does
almost
normally
there.
affect this thing? Or is it resistant?
You could just try it.
I am.
At this
Oh, yeah.
point, you're
I might
very
as- I
close
might
to
as
killing this thing. 6 is not
No,
gonna
you're
get there.
fine.
Scott.
I was
I'm
just
assuming
reminding
he
you.
is going to harden. I think is the safe play.
Yeah, I'm
Fucking-
gonna harden.
Sounds perfect.
So I'm going to lift Peppy up out of the water and let her release 3 more bubbles in an attempt to defeat this 19.
19 is gonna hit.
2 water.
You want to describe it? You take it out.
Nice.
It
So
doubles the 4.
two
that's what got it.
bubbles. 2 bubbles zip past this bubble, and the third one slowly floats until it just pops right in its eyes, and it faints.
With that,
How much experience and monies are we getting?
you guys went through it. So, for those listening, we will handle XP off camera. For now, let me see. There was 3 goons, which each were planning to
They
give
were
you 2.
five Pokemon.
Mhm.
total.
Yes, I got all that for XP afterwards. So you guys are each gonna gain 1,100 experience, 1,100 monies.
Ooh.
The way that I'll have it end is, in addition to you guys having to think about who you want to take from those 3 schools, right? Those 3 classrooms. You then
Mhm.
have to shipwright Barney's gonna go up to Scott and go, "That was a tremendous fight, young man. I want you to know that. And I don't give out compliments lightly. Now, Team Last Hope, I will be more than glad to build a ship for ye. But I do have a question. You can choose to start off with one of these 3 things. We'll have to figure out what 3 colors you want to have represent your team's colors that can be shown on our fair chat hots over there in the cages." As you see, like, over on the side, like the big glass tank filled with the chat hots there. Something to think about. What design you'd like on your flag with what 3 colors. And then you're allowed 1 free ship accessory to start. You can either get one of our complimentary cannon we nickname Old Whistler, which can help you attack enemy ships. Now, there's a chance it may explode. But nonetheless, it still deals a whopping ton of damage specifically to other ships, where Pokemon may not be dealing as much as a literal cannonball going in and smashing through parts of ships. You see what I'm saying? We can install an extra mast, which would quarter a day of travel. Or, if you'd like, on the front of some of the most famous ships, people have wooden busts made in the form of whatever you'd like. And that's what our friend over there does. And he points at the seaweed-filled looking Tangela, and it waves its, like, it has a little chisel in its hand and waves at you guys.
Oh, hi.
And it says, "So those be your choices." And what the bust will do, it's in front for apparel and it helps your ship stand out from others. So if you want to be like a prestigious known group, having that bust is something where it's kind of like, that's our ship. So when people see that bust coming into port, they're like, "Oh, we know that." You know what I'm saying? Like, it helps builds credibility. He says, "So something to think about." And this is for DM to say players so that you guys can tell people what you're thinking of next time to think about off camera. You have colors to think about, 3 colors, and then those colors will also be shown on your chat tot to match it. Cute. If you want to have the ship accessory of Old Whistler, an extra mast, or a like wooden bust in the front protruding out of the ship, you know, like in the horror movies and things. And what design to be on the flag. Okay?
Mhm.
And with that, I think we will call it. Do you want to hear more content from us? Then check out our Patreon link down below for more details.
Or, if you even just want to have a chat with us, you can check out our Discord and Instagram, links also below. And remember, DM told me to...
Believe in ye self, that you too can be a captain someday.